Hey guys, Kevin, Muddy River Tactical. Thanks for joining us back out here at the range today. Today we have a new pistol I'm pretty excited about. The trend for concealed carry has been getting, smaller and smaller. People wanting more and more concealable guns, and there hasn't been a lot of full-size options come to the market. So the Sig 365 FUSE is kind of the first, kind of its kind, really, in my opinion. It's still got the narrow 1-inch width of it like a concealed carry pistol, but it's up to a 4.3-inch barrel. So it's kind of a combination, in my opinion, of a full-size pistol, but in a concealed carry width. And a lot of people, depending on your hand size, this grip size just works a lot better. So I mean, if you really look at this pistol, it's almost the same size as like a Glock 17 or something in that range, or getting even close to an echelon size, but still at only an inch wide. It's just kind of a cool combination, in my opinion. The other thing that really sparked my interest of this gun is it's brand new, it's got a lot of different features on it, but it's under $700. It's like $699 is the MSRP on this gun. So they've added a lot of features without adding a lot of price tag to it. So we'll start and I'll just go over kind of the initial impressions. The grip module and stuff, sorry guys, my phone's ringing like always. The grip module is the same size as a 365 X macro as far as the grip length and everything. And even the rail, it's got a 3-slot rail. The slide just goes out farther to the 4.3 inch. Whereas if you look at like the X macro here, you can see the size difference. Frame-wise, they're virtually identical, but it's the extra length right there. And you also get about 1.25 inches or so longer sight radius with the sight all the way out here compared to the X macro comp. It's just a big difference. So if you also look, it's got like on the Spectra comps and some of the different SIGs, it's got that cool stippling like those have. It just overall feels good. The slide release is a little bit oversized, which I personally like. It's got taller co-witness sights with a fiber optic front, and if in the box it comes with different color fiber optics as well, so you can change it to the red or the green, whichever ones you prefer. I will say, without shooting this is straight out of the box. I wish they would have stuck with the regular night sights like you see on SIGs for years. I've always been a fan of their sights and just made them co-witness sights in the green. I think they're better than these fiber optics in my opinion. I think they're way more durable and using as a duty style pistol, which is really what this size is getting up to, but we'll kind of see how it goes. So in the box with this comes 3 magazines, a 17-round flush fit magazine and 2 21-round magazines, which is pretty cool because you put that into this pistol and it's literally a full size, tactical duty size pistol. So we'll just kind of see how that shoots. It is optic ready like you'd expect it to be. We're going to put the new Sig sight that we just got in on this for the 1,000-round review. We just wanted to get this out to the range and shoot it before we started making holsters for it. So that's the other thing. I've seen a lot of people say, oh, they fit the same as the X macro holster. Well, that's kind of partially true if you want your gun sticking out that much farther, which I don't know anybody that really would want that. So we're going to make holsters specifically for this FUSE edition. That way you have one specifically made to your gun. You're not compromising anywhere. The other thing that catches my interest just by looking at it quickly is the serrations on it. If you look at the serrations on all like the X macros and stuff, they're not aggressive at all on any of them. Whereas on these, they made them way deeper, almost like the PDP cuts would be in a Walther PDP. They're that deep, and on the back, they're kind of flared there. You can get a better grip. But the serrations are a way better option and upgrade in my opinion. It's also just got a cool look. That nickel color on the trigger just kind of offsets it a little bit. It's got the flared magwell built into it that you can remove if you so choose to. But this gun is one that you can still conceal. I mean, the grip is what gets harder to conceal, but the grip's the same as the X macro. The slide length isn't really that hard to conceal, so it's still a concealed carry gun, but going up to the edge of a duty size gun. So let's shoot the first rounds through this. Like I said, the mags are the same. The 17-round mags for this X macro should work in the Fuse as well, but we're gonna try that. But let's just shoot the first shots here. Shoots pretty good. The recoil is not really much different than the X Macro, in my opinion, but with that extra barrel length, the extra barrel length you gain out of there, you will get more velocity out of this one. The sights, I'm not a big fan. I like these sights a lot better. I just think the sight picture's better in it, but that's just a personal opinion. So let's shoot these 21 round mags real quick. Yeah, it shoots good. The trigger is just like you'd expect out of any of the other SIGs. It's got that take up, but it's got that little bit of mush to it right there, you can see. I mean, that's how much mush before it shoots there. Then the reset is fairly decent. It's just that little mush. To me, it's shooting way low. And I'm just not used to the sights, but we'll see here. I'm gonna shoot this other X Macro real quick, just so you guys can get it on camera and see the recoil difference. Like I said, I don't think there's much difference in recoil at all. Yeah, recoil wise, I think they're really virtually identical. I do like the texturing that this new Fuse has on it. It just makes it, you feel like you got a better grip on the pistol when you're shooting it. But frame wise, they're the same. If you look, even the beaver tails and stuff on them, I mean, it's the same frame. If you're used to shooting the X Macro, you're gonna shoot this gun very good as well. So let's do real quick, I'm gonna load up. This is the mag from the X Macro. I'm not gonna load a whole mag, but I'm gonna load a few in it just to show you guys that they shoot both, because I had somebody tell me they won't use the same mags, but they're identical, so I don't know why they wouldn't. So we're just gonna do this just to make sure I'm not crazy and that the mags work in both guns. So like I said, this is a mag out of an X Macro 17 round. Yeah, they feed just as good. So if you have the X Macro, you can use all these mags for them, which is cool. Also, if you get one of these and have an X Macro, you can use your 21 round mags in the X Macro, which is kind of cool, just to be able to swap mags back and forth. You know, when you're at the range, you can never have too many options as far as reloading mags all the time. So my first impression of this gun is it's super cool. It'll be interesting to see where it lands in the market. Me personally, for a carry gun, the extra length, I don't think I really need for a carry gun, but if you start getting into shooting any farther or need more velocity, it's definitely gonna make a huge difference. I think what would be really cool to see is them take these same features, you know, the deeper slide serrations and some of the features they got on this pistol and put it in the X Macro size. I think would be an awesome compromise, but we'll see which way they go. You know, normally when they come out with these new pistols, there's always a variant to it. If you haven't learned from the 365 series and the Hellcats and everything else, they're always changing. You know, 365 started as the smallest micro 9 on the market, then they went to longer, then they went to bigger grips, you know, then back to smaller, now they're back to the bigger size. It's just kind of an evolution, but that's a great thing for the market. It can bring new features to carry guns and different things and see what people like and don't like. So overall at $6.99, I think this is really a bargain if you're looking for this size pistol. In my opinion, this size is gonna really kind of, over the years, kind of weed out some of the more full-size guns per se, just because they'll end up being modular, being able to switch them back and forth, use different things. But this grip size is just comfortable for a lot of people, including myself. It's got a good undercut without being a super, 1.25 inch wide grip like you see in some of these guns. So anyways, if you guys have one of these, let me know your thoughts. We just got our hands on it. Literally, it just showed up this morning. These are the first shots through it. As soon as we get back to the shop, Kyle's gonna have this on his desk, 3D scanning it for holsters. We'll have holsters available the next day or two. They're already on the website to order, but they'll be getting made here in the next day or two, and you'll be good to go there. So don't compromise and use a holster that's really not made for your gun. Get one that's gonna cover the length and is specifically made for that.
Especially with the serrations.
Yeah, and with the serrations on it is gonna make a difference as well, because if you look at the serrations on it there, you don't want your serrations catching on something else. So the tolerances we'll have in our holster right there will be a little bit different than the X Macro, just to make sure you're not shaving Kydex off every time you're holstering and unholstering the gun. But like I said, let me know your thoughts on this gun. Let me know what you like or don't like about it, and if you plan on getting one. If you have any questions, leave us the comments below or shoot us an email to support@muddyrivertactical.com. We're always there to help and answer all your questions. So until next time, keep practicing and always be prepared.